Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ven. So guys, in today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to solve your corset cleavage problem. So my client came for her first fitting and she complained about how her cleavage is not showing, so I went ahead to correct it. So for my cleavage midpoint, I came down by 1.5 and I used my chalk to reconnect the cleavage point. And she also complained about that the net blends too much with the corset body. So entirely she wanted the corset to be changed, like the corset blouse to be changed, and I didn't want to go through the process of starting all over, so I just went ahead to go through this process. So guys, at this point, after I finished drawing the part of the cleavage, I went ahead to use my scissors to cut out the net. Since she doesn't need the net, she wants a skin net for the blouse. So when I was cutting, I realized that you have to be careful while cutting this so you will not cut the corset part. But if you want to actually start your corset off like from the beginning, fine. But me, I didn't have that luxury of time to start my corset from beginning, so I had to make do of this process or this hack. So this was me cutting out the net carefully. So guys, when I was done cutting the net, I removed it and then I went ahead to follow the lines that I marked out to cut out the cleavage part. So at this point, you have to be extremely careful. So I was cutting and I was calculating, so it's not going to be too much and I do not want her to complain again. So I was still trying to see if it's going to be better, whether it looks better. So I decided to cut more. At this point, I decided to go in more, just a little bit. So this was it, me trying to record and adjust just to make sure that everything comes out perfectly. So guys, this was it, the new cleavage mark, and I really like this. Actually, it looks better than the first one. So when I was done, guys, I had to go ahead and introduce my skin net. I already prepped my skin net. I just used her nipple point to get this. That's from her shoulder point to her nipple point. That was what I used as the length of the skin net. That's the yoke. That's what I used to cut out the yoke, and then the sleeve, as usual, how you cut your sleeve, and then I joined everything together. So as I placed it, I was satisfied that okay, this net is going to go well with it, so I removed it and then I went to my sewing machine. Removing this from the mannequin, I went to my sewing machine to fix it. I'm sorry I did not show how I was fixing it, but trust me, when you're in that position, you will know how to fix it. So this was when I was done fixing it, guys. As you can see, it looks way better than it was in the first one. So what I did was I now went ahead to pull my neck back. That's the yoke part. I went ahead to place it back on the excuse me, on the corset blouse, just the way you see me doing. I went ahead to rearrange and arrange, so you can see I'm trying to show you how it looks now. At least the cleavage part shows better. So I had to go ahead again and now put my yoke on the blouse, just the way you see me doing. So I was just going ahead. At this point I was quite exhausted, as you can see, but then this is passion, so we have to move on. So this was me really trying to make sure that everything laps perfectly. So when I was satisfied, I already prepped my thread and needle. I used a curved needle for this. So what I did next was to pin down. I just went ahead to pin everything down. The net, I pinned it down to the blouse, just the way you see me doing. So you have to pin your own down if you're going through this process. So I went ahead to pin down everything. I turned the mannequin to the back so you could see what I was doing. And as you're pinning, you need to stretch your yoke, that's the net, so it's going to balance very well on your client. Please make sure you stretch it at least a little bit, but make sure you stretch. So when I was done, guys, this was when I was securing my yoke and my blouse together, so I had to use a needle and a thread to secure them together. So that was what I was literally doing, guys. So I kept on sewing it down. I sewed this only once. I didn't go back to my sewing machine to kind of secure the yoke to my blouse again, because I made sure that my thread and needle, or my needle and thread, was like held the net and the blouse together properly. Some people want to go to the sewing machine to kind of sew it back to make it firm, but there's how you can actually use your hand stitch to stitch it down, that you do not need your sewing machine to hold them down. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So this was it when I still went on to stitch this round the front, round the whole blouse. So I had to cut out some parts from this point. I didn't film it, so I wanted to show you how I cut it out. At this point you have to be very careful. So this was it when I was cutting. Are you seeing? I made sure I cut it very close to the stitch that I made, very close. So at this point now, the rough edges that might show, you can just bead it, or you can use your applique to cover it up, and you're good to go. If you have any design you need to place on it, then that's it. So guys, as you can see, the before and after of this blouse looks very beautiful. I think I prefer the after of this blouse than the before. So are you seeing the back? It's all looking very fine compared to before. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you will try this maybe one day. Yeah, I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye guys.